Hi guys, so I'm back. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I was sick for the third week of June, and almost all of the fourth week. So here we are. I am now hopefully going to be back to making videos. There has been some small changes, but more than anything, this video is going to be all over the place and unscripted, as all of my most recent videos have been. Number one thing I want to talk about is what happened to all of my videos. All of my videos have been privated, not deleted, but privated. If there was videos you guys wanted me to put back up, like my vlogs or my tags or something like that, I would be okay with doing that. But I decided to private them, one, because there was a lot of apologizing for who I was going on in those videos, and I didn't used to have a lot of fun making those videos. Like, they were fun, but they weren't 100% enjoyable. One, because I felt like there was a standard I had to put myself up to. Like, I had to put my voice at a higher octave just so I sounded normal, and I had to, kind of fake my energy because I'm bounced really badly between being a super high energy person to being a super low energy person. And I also, fun fact, used to put myself on a schedule that I would strictly follow. Of certain times a day I would record, and now it's just kind of whenever I feel like. I might record at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I might also record at 9 o'clock at night. And those things don't matter to you guys, but they were making things less enjoyable for me. And now going back and looking at those videos, or even seeing them kind of makes me sad. And also, I now am more comfortable. I understand at that point I wasn't comfortable having serious talks on my channel, but now I am, and I really want that on my channel, is to have more serious things about serious conversations. And I also felt like I used to hide the fact that I do deal with anxiety, but I'm like really have a hard time focusing, and that's why I talk with my hands. It's a mixture of hyper brain and anxiety, and I feel like I used to make myself stand still and sit still and really just focus on the camera. And I know that might be annoying for some of you, but it's just easier if I don't hold myself at attention, and it's more comfortable, honestly, to be able to do what I want. But besides that, I also feel like going forward, I feel like there's going to be more different types of videos where I know this might sound so stereotypical of me to say, but starting out, I felt like at the time I had to be in this like box of I had to only make book videos, or I could only make vlogs about books. And now I feel like I want to make more content, and I've been saying that for a long time, but I've actually sat down and planned it out to a certain extent of random videos that I want to talk about. Like, I would love to talk about the couple of podcasts I've been listening to and the true crime shows that I've been watching, because for a long time, even though I still love it, Harry Potter has been a main topic of my channel, and Narnia and Hunger Games, which are all still favorites. But I've now read 90 books this year. I've read, in years past, combining them, for almost 400 books, and I never talked about those books here separately. There is some books that I love to talk about separately, mainly from this year. And also, I miss doing tags, so I feel like I would like to start adding tags back in here, and just random things whenever possible, and mostly so I can upload, because I really, really miss uploading in May and in June. Well, in June I couldn't really do anything about the fact that my voice was gone, but mostly in May because I realized this month and in May, that I was still struggling with that idea that I still had to like strictly make book content. And so therefore I just didn't upload anything, because it's kind of hard to upload when you're not reading and your channel is strictly about books. And so I've made a list, and I will just, in my head of random things. And so at random points there's going to be non-bookish content, and I hope some of y'all will, y'all will stay around for that. And yeah, but also I feel like there's a lot of other people changing their channels that kind of feel like that, or have already changed because they felt like that. And I'm really excited for that. Hopefully I can finally push myself out of the zone I stuck myself in. Now that I finally realized the problem was that I couldn't make the content, but that I was making myself feel like I could only make that content. Which sounds kind of silly if you've never made videos before, but it makes sense to me, and I'm trying to convey that to you guys. And I think another big thing is something I don't talk about because it's a really heavy topic to talk about, is every year in May and June I kind of relapse into this depressed stage, which sounds almost ridiculous if you've never been through it, or you don't know what I'm talking about, I guess. But even though it's been years, it's been like 4 years at this point since these traumatic things have happened, I still end up in this slump. And I think this year it's more maybe not a reflection on the traumatic things that happened 4 years ago, but instead on the amount of stress that I put on myself when I'm in school and stuff, which is something I'm doing, is my GED. But I almost end up in this depressed spot where I don't do a whole lot of anything, which is sad, looking at it when I'm finally out of it. But I just end up in the shell of not doing anything, or not doing next to anything. I don't read, I don't come out of my room a lot, I don't talk to a whole lot of people, I don't really do anything. I just kind of end up in this depressed shell, and I kind of relapse into myself. Luckily, this time around, nothing bad came out of the fact that, except the fact that I was depressed and messed up my schedule really badly, because that has happened before, where I've gone into like a little depressed hole and have relapsed. But I don't want to trigger anybody, and I don't want to talk about that today. So maybe I think I will talk about that in a couple videos, some of those things that I don't talk about. I don't know, a couple years ago, I made kind of like a script out of talking about eating disorders and depression, and I didn't make it a joke, and no one criticized me saying that it felt untruthful. But going back and looking at those videos, I feel like they're kind of not serious, and I was talking about depression as a whole, and I was talking about eating disorders as a whole, but I wasn't really talking about how I felt and how I cope with them. And I kind of want to be more serious in that. But so yeah, there's been a lot of thinking about a lot of things while I was sick, and there's just a whole lot I want to talk about now, and things I would like to discuss with you guys outside of reading, which I've done a whole lot of not this month. That being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see, I hope this video made sense to you guys, and I am going to go record a very short video about the 4 books that I read this month. And thank you for sticking through and being patient with me, and also maybe listening to me ramble about where I've been at, how things are, and the more serious stuff, because the serious stuff is hard when someone records a video about it, and I appreciate if you listen to all of that. And I'm sorry if you feel super sad now because of it, but I promise there are light-hearted things coming up, so I will talk to you guys then. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.